In life, one goes through many incidents. Some good, some bad, some memorable that you want to treasure forever, and some you just don't want to remember and forget right away. And there is this incident that shook me from the core, and no matter how hard I try, I can't stop thinking about it. Every night my head hurts because of me trying to make sense out of that incident regarding what exactly happened. So to fully comprehend that incident, let's go back in time from where it all began. As I've told, back in the day during Facebook era, I had many online friends, and the friendship with them pretty much used to feel like a true friendship at that time. Among those friends, many of them were Filipinos. And the thing about Filipinos is that every Filipino, doesn't matter the age, they all could speak and understand English so well. Because of that, we had really good communication, which led to even an online friendship feel like a true, genuine, real friendship. Every day we were becoming closer and closer. We started understanding each other so well that we could finish each other's sentence, which eventually led to us sharing our problems with each other. But it was mostly them who used to share their problems while I used to listen to them and comfort and consult them, saying stuff like, stay strong, don't give up, things will get better. Though I'm saying stuff in short right now, but I used to consult them in really explicit and detailed way. And all that detailed, explicit consulting used to help them too, like to feel better and get over their negative feelings. So they used to thank me for consulting them and for showing them a new perspective to look at things. So over the time, consulting and comforting went on. And now, every time they were sad or feeling low, they used to come to me and I used to consult them, which used to make them feel better, hopeful and happy. And all that had given me impression of I'm really good at this, so I should pursue a career in it, leading me to wanting to become a clinical psychologist. It was my dream at that time. But then, stuff here and there happened and I realized that the dream is just gonna remain a dream only. And no matter how hard I try, it just won't come true because all odds are against me. I was so hurt by the reality, I just couldn't believe it. I had everything needed to become a clinical psychologist, yet still I cannot become one. I became rageful. I stopped pulling my punches. Everything I adored and enjoyed doing before, which was to make sad and depressed people happy and cheerful through my consulting, I started hitting it all. I became an indifferent nihilist. I started looking down on human emotions. I had reached this depth of despair that the only person who made sense to me at that time was Tyler Durden. I was devoured by his personality, though I should have not idolized him, but at that time I had no one to tell me that, so I ended up idolizing him and became an impersonation of toxic masculinity. Now I too had started seeing sadness and depression as a weakness. I was making statements regarding sadness and depression like that girl who said, if you are homeless, just buy a house. Due to Tyler, my mentality too had changed, believing if you are sad or depressed, it just means you're weak and you need to be strong. Stop being a whiner. You're God's unwanted children, so be it. Those online friends still came to me whenever they felt low or sad, but this time things were different. I was now cold to them. Instead of psychologically comforting and consulting them, I was harsh to them, giving them cold, nihilist perspective and blaming them that the only reason why they are miserable like this is because of themselves and they need to quit whining and be strong and endure all the hardness and pain and realize that you were never really any special to be whining like this and you gotta live with it. Basically, I was toxic, so eventually they stopped talking to me because, as you could have guessed, I had become an intolerable toxic jerk. I too was fine thinking, okay, you don't want to talk, huh? Then I don't want to talk with weaklings like you either. Idolization of Tyler Durden had made me lonely. But loneliness didn't bother me, I was fine. I guess my ego was bigger and more important to me at that time. Years went by, I became a toxic, indifferent, nihilist person, completely devoured by the ideology of Tyler Durden. In other words, I became a teen macho. And during that phase, I used to notice depressed people a lot, and after everything I went through, which turned me into a teen macho, I started looking down on depression as a weakness with the mentality of these weaklings disgust me. It's obvious that after being that toxic, none of those online friends of mine were in contact with me, so I was lonely, though most of the time it didn't matter or bother me. But sometimes I sure used to feel this emptiness and a void inside. So because of that, I used to visit this chat with a stranger type of site seeking a person to talk to. But it's well known that most of the people on such sites are predators sending PP pics and stuff. But can't deny the fact either that I could also find some of the most wholesome people there, with whom I could share everything without fearing my identity being attached to it, which made it easy for me to open up and feel better without being judged, and that used to feel so uplifting. So I used to visit those sites whenever I used to feel the void, but one day something happened that scared me so much that I haven't visited those sites since then. It was just some random day. I was on the side skipping all these horny predators trying to find that one non-horny wholesome person. Eventually, I stumbled upon this person. He starts conversation by telling me, "I'm sorry." I asked him, "Huh? What happened? What are you sorry for?" He goes, "I know this isn't much of an honor, but it is what it is now." I again asked him, "Honor? What are you talking about, bro? I don't get it." And then he says, "You are the last person I'm gonna talk to." Yeah, I know this isn't much of an honor. I was all confused, so I called Brian to make sense out of his words, asking Brian, what does he even mean I'm the last person he's gonna talk to? Did he watch Social Dilemma and is now gonna quit all the social medias or something? Or is he going to get stitches in his mouth? What does he even mean? And then Brian goes telling me, "No, you dummy, he's talking about suicide." Whoa, that sure came off as a shock, so I asked him, "What do you mean by I'm the last person you're gonna talk to?" He said, "I'll be gone tonight exactly after 12 a.m. I don't know why, but after that statement, my heart started racing fast. I asked him, "You're not talking about suicide, right?" He replies with, "Yes, I am." My heart starts racing even faster. I asked him again, "You're kidding, right?" He replies with, "No, I'm not," in the coldest tone possible. I started shaking after that. I don't know why I was even shaking in the first place. This isn't something new to me because my teen machoism phase was all about being indifferent to these blood, death, suicide and many other gore things. So why was I even shaking in the first place? Maybe I was indifferent to things the other time, but I'm shaking right now is because every gore teen macho thing that happened before was happening on the other side of the screen and I wasn't a part of it. While this time it's currently happening right in the moment and I'm a part of it. And I'm already vulnerable right now, which led me to come into this side. So getting back to him, it didn't seem like he was getting us stuck because his tone gave off this vibe of a man who has nothing to lose. And I mean, of course I didn't want him to commit suicide. So I asked him regarding what exactly happened that's making you take this decision. Let's talk and solve it out. But he wasn't listening to me. He was babbling his own thing and telling me quotes and lines out of religious and other books that were about life and death, and other quotes and statements of nihilist approach that questioned the meaning and point of life. I understood every reference he was making, like I knew every book and person from whom he took those lines from, like Bible, Quran, Plato, Socrates. So I felt like maybe I can help him. No way I'm gonna let him commit suicide. He has such good taste in books. And with all that, the dream of helping people and saving lives reignited. I couldn't resist but to leave my teen macho persona behind and help him. But before I could consult, ask, or even tell him anything, I accidentally clicked the refresh button and the page reloaded. It felt like I skipped a heartbeat. I went, no, wait, no, wait. I stayed there for hours trying to find him, texting every person I came across as, "Hey, you him?" But even after the countless tries, I couldn't find him. From that day to till this point of life, I every day prayed to be a prank or a joke he did to me. But I also cannot ignore the possibility of it not being a joke or a prank. What if he actually committed suicide? While I could have saved him through my consulting, as it was my dream to save lives of sad and depressed people through my consulting, but I couldn't, and I'm a failure. Since then, my teen machoism phase ended, and I became a sympathetic person again. Because no matter how tough and indifferent I acted towards core stuff, but when it happened to me in real, it devastated and scared the crap out of me. Every night till this day, I keep on thinking about it, trying to make sense out of that incident regarding what exactly happened. Did he really do what he told he would do at 12 o'clock midnight? Was it even real, or was he just pretending and kidding with me? So I even looked up on YouTube to see if it's some sort of prank YouTubers too, but I couldn't find anything like that on YouTube or any other platform. There is nothing in life I seek more than the truth regarding what exactly happened to that guy. But guess I'll never know. After that incident, with the change in my persona and point of view, I went back to talk with my old Filipino and other friends on Facebook, but I couldn't find them. Maybe they deleted their account or just blocked me. Or something worse. What if they too committed suicide? And I couldn't save them either, instead became the reason. I mean, I'm sure I may not be the whole reason for them to do it, but what if I gave them that little push they needed to do the deed, which they may have got through my cold, nihilist approach, making me a murderer.